Hey, it's Eldrick with Fishbone Knotless Rope Tie. Going to show you how to redo your quick deploy paracord bracelet after you've deployed it. So what you want to make sure you do first is get the measurement of your wrist. So what you're going to do is just get your paracord again, get the free end, and you're going to make a loop, right? It's about the size of your wrist. The average size wrist is about 7 inches. So I'm going to make this one just a little bigger, but just to touch, right? So you have your first loop, and you're going to double that loop. Equally proportioned, okay? So what you're going to be left now is 2 hanging loops, the rest of your cord, and that free end that you started with, okay? Now this is the trickiest part. It's not that tough, but you want to start braiding the rest of this free line around these 2 loops, okay? So see up top, we have a free end, a top loop. At the bottom, we have 2 loops. Then we have the rest of the cord. So we're going to weave it. If you're tying back up a fishbone, you're going to want to leave at least like 1/2 inch, okay? If you're doing a piranha, you're going to want to do like 3/4 of an inch, okay? And you'll see why when we finally finish it. So for original fishbone, we're going to wrap around, leaving about 1/2 inch of the loop up top, right? So before you wrap completely around everything, we're going to tuck it in the middle of the loops. And you're going to do like a figure 8. See what I'm doing? So I'm going to turn it upside down here because it's easier to do it this way. And so I'm just doing a figure 8 in between the loops. Now I'm going to let go of my hands here so you can see what I got going on. See what I did there? Just started doing a figure 8 around the 2 loops, okay? So you see there's going to be a little bit of a gap. So what we just do, we push the cord on a little bit, but be careful not to let this little guy slip out. Okay, you don't want him to be slipped out. So make sure he's out just about enough of the loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up this weave. I do it just so it's snug, not super tight. Some people, if they want to do a lot of paracord, let's say you have a longer piece of cord, you could make your braid really tight and push up towards here if you want, and take out any kind of slack. But if you want your bracelet to be a little more flexible, and you just want it quickly done, then I just keep slight pressure as I'm weaving the figure 8 around both of the long loops. So we're about halfway done here. See how it looks like a snake tail? And you're going to see, once we get towards the end, how we finish it off. So we're getting towards the end here. Keep going. It took me a while to figure this out, but so don't get frustrated if you don't get it right away. Okay. So once we have about like 2 1/2 inch loops at the end, that's probably better. See those 2? Those little ears? What we wanted, this is like literally like just enough really to finish off this bracelet, 10 feet. But so we're going to leave that in there. But we're going to take the longer loop and thread it through the smaller loop. And that's going to create some friction to keep it closed off. Pull through. So it should look like that, okay? What you could do with this piece right here, that little free end, if that's too long for your liking, to me it is, I'd cut it off and then terminate it with any heat source, open flame from like a lighter or your kitchen stove. Just be safe, okay? So this is what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. Just remember to cut that off and terminate it. I even like to take a flame to this end right here to blacken it, give it kind of like a glassed look. So you have your 2 loops, right? With the shorter one, we're going to connect the rear end of the fishbone in there, like so, okay? And then we're going to come back around the bigger loop. We're going to put it through the eye hole and then clip it onto the inside head of the fishbone. And there you go. That's how you put back together a quick deploy fishbone knotless rope tie paracord bracelet.